innocence was stolen. Your innocence was tampered with. It is not because God has forsaken you. It is not because something's wrong with you. It is because your light shines so bright that it attracted the darkness. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Okay, listen, if you are a person who was violated in your youth, you were violated as a child, this message is going to bless you because it's going to give you a deeper revelation and understanding as to why it happened, okay? It's so much deeper than what you think. And this is going to enlighten your understanding of how the enemy actually works, okay, y'all? This thing is when the Lord revealed this to me some years ago, okay? And he just brought it to my mind again. And I'm like, okay, Lord, are you telling me to speak on this? I had the understanding and the revelation of this years ago, but I never thought to actually share it. But the Lord is prompting me to do so. And so I want you to, out of this message, be able to sort of have an inside track to how the enemy works, right? It's like having super intelligence where you understand things that were not meant for you to understand, but had it not been for the Spirit of God and revelation, you would still be in the dark, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, all right? You have darkness and you have light, okay? Darkness seeks to understand and become what it is not, okay? And that is light. Children possess the brightest of lights, the most purest lights, okay? Children are the epitome of innocence. They are raw love. Darkness is attracted to light, okay? Darkness is blind. Darkness cannot see. Darkness longs to see. It longs to understand. It is void. It is without, okay? Light is knowledge. Light is understanding. Light is revelation. Light is seeing. Imagine if you are in your mother's womb, okay? Now, I need you to see this spiritually, okay? I need you to really try to imagine with your spiritual eyes that you are in your mother's womb, and while she's carrying you, there is an unseen glow. There's an unseen halo. There's an unseen light around her belly where you are dwelling. This is you in your rawest, purest spiritual form, okay? Remember, we talked about this before. The Spirit of the Lord spoke you, okay? And so when he spoke you, you came forth. And when you were planted in your mother's womb, you are not yet born into sin. Stay with me. You're not born a sinner. You're born into sin, okay? When a woman is pregnant, you can see a certain glow on her, right? It's like, oh, you're glowing. Something about her is glowing. And that is that inward light that God spoke into existence, that baby in her belly. So the baby is born. The baby comes out, and now every hellhound, dark demon that is seeking to see, because remember, darkness wants to become what it's not. Is seeking the rawest, purest form of light because it's the brightest. When you are a child, your light is bright. It shines forth. When the enemy sees this, he's automatically drawn to your light. And what happens is he doesn't want to just be around your light. He wants to consume your light. Woo, did you get that? He wants to consume your light. So what happens? In order for him to consume your light, he must take the purity out. Oh my God. He must take the purity out. He must consume the purity. Now, here's what you need to understand. He does not consume it and then become light, okay? He consumes it and it merely takes the light from you. It takes a piece of who you are. It takes some innocence from you. But for him, he remains in darkness. He is not allowed to see as God sees. He's not allowed to be able to dwell in light. Oh my God, he has to dwell in the darkness. This is why everything that's done is done behind closed doors. It's done in the dark. It's done in the shadows of evil, because the enemy has to remain hidden in plain sight, okay? If you were violated as a child, your innocence was stolen. It is because your light shines so bright that it attracted the darkness. And this is why it's so important to cover your children, to watch your children, because the enemy is seeking to devour them in their purest form. And so here's what happens. When the enemy touches the pureness, he leaves an imprint, and it leaves a mark that says to all of the other dark agents around, there's some light here that we need to try and find. Because the enemy has already sort of marked you, so to speak. I don't want to say mark, but he sort of imprinted his foulness on you, his vileness on you. Because the look of shame that children wear, the look of embarrassment that they have when the innocence has gone. Think about this as adults, women especially. When you lose your virginity and it's not to your husband, you feel violated. You feel like there is a part of your innocence that is gone, and there is something about it that does not feel good. It's not a good feeling. You feel like people can see through you. Think about when Adam and Eve were in the garden, okay? Whoa, my God. Now, the Lord just gave me this right here. Think about when Adam and Eve were in the garden. When they took a bite of the apple, they lost their innocence. And so from that moment, they felt naked, and they decided to cover themselves. How did they know that they were naked? They only knew because their innocence had been taken. Their innocence had been violated. Their naked no longer was innocent. It became shameful because the violation now tainted that which God meant to be holy. I need y'all to get this. The enemy is not violating you as a child because he simply just said, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. He goes after children. And there are those of you that your light was especially bright because God has an assignment specifically carved out for you in this day and age. And the enemy saw your light and he came after you with a vengeance. Listen, he came after you multiple times through different people, but this is going to backfire on him because God is going to use your testimony to deliver others. And that light that you thought that you lost will now shine brighter than it ever has, because God will restore the innocence that was stolen. God will restore the light that was taken. The enemy cannot prevail because God said that you belong to him. He has touched you. He has chosen you. He has marked you. He has called you forth for such a time as this. If you have been violated as a child, it is because God's hand was on you from the very beginning. The violation of you was wrong. It was a trespass, and the enemy will pay for that. However, all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Did you hear that? Whatever abuse you've been through, whatever trauma you've been through, whatever rejection you've been through, whatever pain and heartache and homelessness you've been through, all things work together. The enemy has tried to snuff you out from the very day that you hit the planet, but he shall not prevail. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. All those who rise against you shall fall. He is a liar, and his end is death. Yours is life. Get in line with the truth that God has called you into existence. He has said that his plans for you are good. His plans are to prosper you, to give you hope and a good future. The enemy tried to steal your hope. He tried to steal your future. But guess what? It didn't work because you're here right now. God's plan works in the end. It always does. This is why the enemy can never be God. Because he's always a day late and a dollar short. It doesn't matter how wise he is. See, the Bible tells us that he is wise and that we need to be wise as serpents and that we need to be harmless as doves so that we will not be caught up in his schemes. But the Bible never said that the enemy was as wise as God. God is giving us the heads up like, hey, he's wiser than you. So you need to keep your spiritual armor on. You need to get your mind situated and fixed. Don't allow the enemy to outwise you. Be on top of your spiritual game. See, God already knows the end from the beginning. The enemy wants to be in God's shoes, but he got evicted from heaven and cast into hell because no one is greater than the Father. There's none like him in all of the earth. He is the beginning and the end. And if you so choose to try to go up against him, you will sorely lose. So I need you to understand, don't be mad at God because you got molested. Don't be mad at God because someone abused you. Understand, it happened because you are marked by God. The enemy saw your light and he was attracted to it. Y'all, this thing is serious. You cannot underestimate the enemy. If this happened to you when you were a child, what do you think he is trying to do today to our children? You better keep your kids lifted up. You better keep them anointed with oil. You better keep them in your prayers because you are responsible to guide them, to lead them, to cover them. Some of you, your parents were believers and they didn't know. They didn't have an understanding, but God gives revelation. This is why it's important to not act holy and act spiritual and act righteous. This is why it's important to lose the form of godliness and actually put it on. Actually wear it every day. Wear it in your heart. Wear it in your mind. Let it come out of your mouth. Let it come out of your pores. Dream about the Lord. It is important for you to be soaked in him. It is the only way that you will win any battle in this life. Listen, the enemy had a plan to keep you from God's purpose for you, to keep you confused, to keep you bitter and angry at God, to keep you rejecting God because he's angry at God. So he wants to turn God's children against him, just as he did some of the angels in heaven. He turned them against God, but he will not turn us against our heavenly, holy, almighty, majestic Father. There's no way that the enemy is going to make me believe that God does not love me and that he does not have every good thing in store for you. The enemy is a con man. He is a shyster. He is the worst of the worst. He is evil. He is not a friend. It took me some years to get that revelation, but God gave it to me. I was so appreciative of it because for so long I said, God, why did you let this happen to me? Why did you let me be violated so many times on so many different occasions? Why, God? Because what happens is there comes a whole host of other issues behind that. Insecurity, feelings of rejection, feelings of shame, right? There's so many pitfalls and so many things that come from being violated as a child. And the enemy knows this. This is the enemy's territory. But we are God's territory, okay? So I need you to understand on today that God loves you. No good thing will he withhold from you, including revelation knowledge about who you are and why the enemy has attacked you. It is not a coincidence that he came for you. You got this. God has you. His plans for you are good, and he is faithful to perform them until the day of Jesus. Be blessed on today. I love you on today. God loves you so much more, so much more. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye. What the devil meant for evil, God will turn it around for good. You have to know that. You got to know it.